The following program was recorded during Adam's hip-hop rabbi phase. This was in deep quarantine, which is an excuse for all of us.
Biscuit reviews from an American that you didn't even ask for.
What's up, everybody? I'm Adam Richman, and welcome back to Biscuit Reviews from an American that you didn't even ask for. Coming to you from my garden here behind my home in Brooklyn, New York. And today's delicious biscuit is the Borders Chocolate Ginger. Now, Borders Biscuits actually represents one of the things I love so much about doing Biscuit Reviews from an American that you didn't even ask for. Borders actually contacted me, having seen a few episodes, and just asked if I would review their biscuits. They understood that I couldn't promise them any kind of awesome review. They were just excited about being involved, and I'm so honored that they thought that much of me. So thank you to everyone at Borders. For those of you who aren't familiar with this wonderful little Scottish bakery, it began with a man named John Cunningham in 1984 in a town that I will almost definitely mispronounce. I'm going to go with Lanark, and he had only 4 helpers. Before you knew it, they were producing 300,000 biscuits, and by 2015, they were considered Scotland's absolute favorite biscuit, using 155 tons of chocolate to satisfy the massive demand for these absolutely delicious biscuits. By 2015, in fact, they had actually produced more than 20 million of these delightful little chocolate beauties right here. And one of the things that I love so much about Borders Biscuits is this right here. It's the packaging. You see, they made a commitment to eliminate 90% of all the plastic in their packaging, which may not seem like all that much. There are so many cookie companies, and it's a great big world out there. However, by Borders doing that, they actually saved over 500 metric tons of carbon emissions simply by doing that. Making great biscuits, making the planet healthier and better. What more can you ask for? So, without further ado, let me break it on down for you. For those of you unfamiliar with Biscuit Reviews from an American that you didn't even ask for, I will be trying the biscuit dry, dunked into milk, dunked into coffee, and dunked into tea. The milk is my very own almond milk that I make right here in my home. I will post a video so you guys can learn how to do that yourselves. It's super delicious, super creamy, and I get to add all kinds of fun flavors. The coffee comes from one of my favorite places on planet Earth. That would be our 50th state of Hawaii. This is Kona. This is called Farmer's Choice. It has those lovely earthy kind of golden warm notes that come with a good cup of Kona coffee. And the tea comes from right here in New York City. It is a female-owned company, one of my favorite companies, and I always look forward to the Union Square holiday market just to purchase this tea. This is the coconut cacao pu'er from Miss Tea. I highly recommend checking them out. It's a lovely buttery, vanilla-y, wonderful tea with a little splash of the milk inside. So without further ado, let us find out how this cookie crumbles. Side note, I also gave a pack of these that they were kind enough to send to my mother, who loved them and recommended putting them in the freezer, which makes complete sense, the same way you might do with a Girl Scout Thin Mint cookie, which this resembles quite a bit. So on to the biscuit. What I love about this, it's chocolate and ginger, which is really a combination I don't normally gravitate towards or think would work. And not only do you get both in the bite, they are both clearly of excellent quality. There's a little bit of that spicy ginger, very similar to the ginger nut, sort of at the back of the mouth, back of the throat. And the chocolate is right in between the creaminess of milk chocolate and those wonderful sort of haunting notes of dark chocolate. Absolutely delicious. I'm going to give this 3 cookies. Amazing. Oh my God, they're good. Oh my God, I'm serious, it's so good.
We're waiting.
That's awesome. 4 cups of milk. There's nothing I can say. There's something about the spiciness with a little bit of like cold creaminess. It's holy moly, is that delicious. I'm gonna take a sip of milk. And I like that there's a little bit of that ginger burn in the back of the throat. It makes it kind of Moorish. You almost want to chase that flavor. Holy moly, is that delicious. It's still delicious simply because the biscuit is just that good. Ginger and coffee, to me, simply don't go very well together. I think that there's something about the spiciness, and coffee already has kind of a little bit of a bitterness, a kind of acidity to it, that it almost ends up going too far in that direction. And because they aren't using just sort of hyper sweet, hyper creamy milk chocolate, that there's a complexity, there's almost a gourmet quality to their chocolate alone, and there's only a thin layer of it on top of this wonderful cookie. It almost detracts from it. That note, that bitter sort of acidity kind of outweighs the sort of lovely biscuit within. So I'm going to give it 2.5 cups of coffee. On to the brew. Jackpot. Oh, hell yeah, I'm going for a second duck on that. Much like I said with the legendary ginger nut, or ginger snap, or pepper nut, or whatever you want to call that cookie. Ginger with tea, which has a lovely fragrant kind of floral bouquet to it, even a vanilla bouquet. Vanilla and ginger, everyone knows, goes together extraordinarily well. And that little bit of creaminess and the way that the heat of the tea actually melts a little bit of the chocolate, it was wonderful. It still has that wonderful kind of a bite, and I think that bite keeps it from getting too rich, too sweet. Wonderful. 3.5 cups of tea. So here are my scores for the Borders Chocolate Ginger Biscuit. Do you agree? Let me know. Do you disagree? Let me know. Is there a biscuit that you love that you want to see me review? Then let me know. Shout out to my buddy Steve Aoki for this awesome Dimlock sweatshirt. Thank you for all of you for watching this. If you'd like to come back, like, subscribe, and remember that no matter what you eat, may your life forever be sweet. I'm Adam Richman, and this has been Biscuit Reviews from an American that you didn't even ask for. I'll see you next time.